Yes. Considering these new directions in financial recovery. Yes. Now, I think this was in 1996, the lost wages alone, health counseling, medical expenses, $105 billion annually. Now, I documented certain, well, lost wages. Yes. Where I haven't been able to go to work because Heidi had me arrested on Guam. Yeah. And then you issued a protection order in 2011 when we weren't residents. Yes. And having been a stockbroker and a commodity trading advisor and an insurance agent, yes, I realized our credit was not that good, but I didn't commit any domestic violence or child abuse. Yes. Now, for every time you did one of these, I lack competency. Yes. Defendant found incompetent to stand trial. I'm sure that my sons finding out that their father's incompetent probably traumatized them, and that they're the actual descendants of an individual that's mentally ill or mentally defective. Yes. But they would have been over 14 in Sequim, Washington, and could have testified on my behalf that I wasn't there. Yes. And then Bishop and Zachary could have testified in Jefferson County that I wasn't in Vernon, Washington. Yes. And did they have any knowledge that I had emailed their mother or any other employee of the Quilcene or Vernon school districts? Now, for every child that understands how very disconcerting it is that I put this type of documentation on my Facebook profile so that my five sons are being made fun of all the time about how absolutely crazy their father is. Yes. For knowing I wasn't in Brennan. Yes. For knowing they could have testified. Yes. For knowing of the frauds of the protection order. Yes. For knowing that as a homeless man, I wasn't in Squim. Pooch. Now, I know you don't think it's painful for children to have to acknowledge the mental incompetence of their own parents. Poop, poop. But for a lot of them, I would think that all five of my sons would question themselves. Am I going to be mentally incompetent when I'm an adult? Now in 1996, yes, it was 105 billion. Um, I emailed those in every state of the United States, and this whole idea on the 20th of October of 2016 at 1:35 a.m. Yes, that my sons found out that they are the genetics of an individual. Yes. That is mentally ill or mentally defective, and quite possibly they themselves will have similar illnesses and defects. They would be traumatized by the idea. Now, I know you said you could issue this for 10 years. Yes. When Zachary would have been 14 on the day of my arrest. Yes. Bishop would have been 14 in 2000. Oops, 12 years old. 15, 16, yeah, 17. Oh, it, Deacon, yeah, would have been 14 in 2018. Yes. They could have probably testified. He wasn't there. We didn't see him. I have a lot of friends in that place. Yes. Now, this mental health evaluation, where you were absolutely sure that my genetics would cause my sons to be mentally ill and mentally defective, because you as a court thought that, well, we'll just arrest him. Yes. We know that they didn't appear in court, or did they? Yes. We know that Paul didn't get actual notice of court hearings. Yes. We know that Heidi didn't send Paul notice of court hearings. Yes. And then you gave custody of my sons that now have the very real concern of, well, being insane. Crazy. Yeah. All five of them. When I documented that I didn't get any child support worksheets after you had me arrested at the same moment of serving me. Yes. Now, for every child that's concerned about their actual genetics, every mental health evaluation, I think my sons are traumatized to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. And all the friends that made fun of them for the last 7 years and 8 months where they said, your dad's crazy. Yep. He's a child abuser. Yep. He's, oh, I'm sorry. Just give me all of the available victims' resources in every state of the United States. Because for every state that had limitations on the availability of the lost wages, I've documented trillions of dollars of actual innovations, yes, that you said I was crazy for. But I'm going to sue you, yes, for the victims' compensation of the actual amount of. Did you want to say I was crazy? Is that what you wanted to do? Because the irreparable harm that you caused to my five sons, because of your fake mental health evaluations, because of your fake crimes, yes, where you had to make up stories, yes, about what I did when you did know and did have the evidence. Well, I'm going to sue you for all of the available victims' compensation in every state of the United States. Did you want to give me those victims' resources, Sheriff? Did you really want to do that? Or you got to keep me in a little room because